FGC fan? This is your boy, Ghost Gamer Top on the hype microphone. And boy, we're about to get in the ring with the wild FGC news and updates. EVO Japan 2026 just went down, and it completely shook up the fighting game world, with SNK right at the heart of it all. This wasn't just some event with a couple of small announcements. This was a major quake. The future of Fatal Fury has been saved by the return of a legendary character in a way nobody saw coming. While the King of Fighters 15 is about to be completely broken and rebuilt from scratch, with a massive balance patch that will change everything. If you thought you knew what the rest of 2026 was going to look like for SNK, think again. We absolutely have to break down what happened at EVO Japan, because it changes the game for everyone. We're talking about bringing back a legacy, the possible death of an entire meta, and SNK making some of the gutsiest moves we've seen in a long time. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's kick things off with Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. The game's been getting monthly DLC characters for its second season pass, and the hype has been solid. We've had Kim Jae-hoon, Nightmare Eve, Blue Mary, and Wolfgang Krauser. A pretty good lineup, but that fifth slot was a total mystery, and at EVO Japan, SNK finally pulled back the curtain. The trailer starts. We see that iconic Tengu mask, and the name Mr. Karate flashes on the screen. The crowd went nuts. The internet just exploded. Mr. Karate, the original final boss from the very first Art of Fighting back in 1992, is back. For old school SNK fans, this is a huge deal. This character is pure history, pure legacy. But then, SNK dropped the real bombshell. They confirmed who's under the mask this time around. This is not Takuma Sakazaki. This Mr. Karate is Robert Garcia? Just let that sink in for a second. Robert Garcia, Ryo Sakazaki's flashy, rich boy best friend and rival, has taken on the mantle of Mr. Karate. This completely flips the script on the SNK timeline and its lore. Robert, the heir to the Garcia Foundation, has apparently gone down the same road as his rival's father, embracing the ultimate form of Kyokugen Ryu Karate. Why? What could have possibly happened? The story implications here are insane, and it instantly makes Fatal Fury's plot one of the most interesting things in fighting games right now. This is how you secure a game's future and get people talking. You respect the past while completely reinventing it. The teaser was short, only 49 seconds, but its impact was massive. We see the mask, we feel the power, and the community is buzzing with questions. This is where the theory crafting gets really juicy. Robert's usual style is all about flashy rush down and fancy kicks. Mr. Karate's style is more grounded, more powerful, and straight up terrifying. Is this new version going to be a mix of both? Imagine Robert's speed combined with the raw power of the AWEEE Shokoken. How are his classic moves going to work with the rev system in City of the Wolves? The potential is just wild. This isn't just another DLC character. It's a statement. SNK is showing us they are not afraid to take huge risks with their most iconic characters. This version of Mr. Karate is set to drop later this month, in May 2026. He's the 5th character in the Season Pass 2, which will be finished off in June with Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. What a crazy season. And if you still haven't jumped in, SNK just announced a 40% off sale for the Legend Edition, bringing the price down to $29.99. That gets you the main game with both season passes. There has never been a better time to get into Fatal Fury, and this Mr. Karate reveal is a huge reason why. This wasn't just a character reveal, it was a hype resurrection. Now, let's flip to the other side of the SNK coin, because this is where things get truly wild. While the Fatal Fury news was an awesome addition, the news for the King of Fighters 15 is about pure, unfiltered chaos. At EVO Japan, SNK announced a massive roster-wide balance update coming in July 2026. And let me be clear, this isn't just a simple patch. We're not talking about a few top tiers getting a slap on the wrist. SNK's official word is that the balance will be for the whole roster. That's over 60 characters. Everyone is changing. The meta we've all learned is about to get tossed into a blender. This is why the title says KOF 15 is broken, because the game we've all been playing is about to be taken apart and rebuilt into something new and terrifying. They even gave us a few scary peeks at what this patch is going to do. Let's go through the changes they teased. First up, Shingo. He's getting new cancel paths leading to new combo routes. Shingo players have already been doing well, but this could push him into a completely different tier. New cancels mean new combo extensions, new pressure tools, and a whole new game plan. Then you've got Geese Howard. The teaser shows him comboing from his counters straight into his super Reppuken. That is nuts. It makes his counters, which were already some of the best defensive moves in the game, way more rewarding. One good read could now lead to a massive super that completely turns the tide of the match. And what about K-Dash? The preview showed a brand new route for him, letting him end his full power crow fight with the minute spike, his uppercut kick. This is more than just a damage increase. It's a utility buff that could change his positioning, corner carry, and follow-up game entirely. It rewrites years of muscle memory for K-Dash players. They also hinted at adjustments for Darlie, new combo paths for Chris, and changes for Mary. The message is crystal clear: nobody's safe. Your main is not who you think they are anymore. All matchups you've labbed are about to go out of the window. Every character will have new tools to play with, and the entire foundation of the game is being reset. And the timing couldn't be crazier. The patch drops in July 2026. You know what's happening at the end of June? EVO Vegas, the biggest fighting game tournament on the planet. Players will have just a few weeks to relearn their characters before competing on the world's biggest stage. It's absolute madness. This is either the most exciting thing to ever happen to competitive KOF 15 or a total disaster waiting to happen. There's no middle ground. This patch is going to break the game wide open, and honestly, I'm here for all of it. So, what does all this mean for SNK? On one hand, they're breathing new life and serious story depth into their latest title, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. The Robert Garcia as Mr. Karate reveal is a brilliant move. It's fan service, lore building, and hype all rolled into one. It cements Fatal Fury's spot as a top tier game for the foreseeable future. On the other hand, they're taking their established competitive powerhouse, KOF 15, and injecting it with pure anarchy. A full roster rebalance is a huge undertaking that shows they're committed to the game's long-term health. It stops the meta from getting stale and forces the entire community, from casuals to pros, to get back in the lab and re-engage with the game from the ground up. This approach shows that SNK is thinking several moves ahead. They're nurturing their new baby while making sure their flagship fighter stays as explosive and unpredictable as ever. This is how you support your games and keep the community fired up. And don't forget about the competitive scene. With the SNK World Championship 2026 and its massive $2.4 million prize pool on the horizon. These changes will make the road to the finals a total roller coaster. The championship will feature a mix of modern and classic titles, including Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, KOF 15, Samurai Showdown, Art of Fighting 3, and even the legendary The King of Fighters 98. Who's going to adapt the fastest? Which player will be the first to find the new broken tech in KOF 15? This turns the whole competitive season into a must-watch event. It's more than just a balance patch. It's a story generator for the whole FGC. SNK isn't just making games. They're creating drama, excitement, and the feeling that anything can happen. So there you have it. EVO Japan 2026 was the stage where SNK redefined the future of two of its most beloved series. Fatal Fury is saved, thanks to one of the most shocking and brilliant character reveals we've seen in a while. And the King of Fighters 15 is broken, with its meta about to be shattered into a million pieces, kicking off a new era of competitive chaos. SNK has made its move, and it's a killer hand of hype, chaos, and pure fighting game goodness. The rest of 2026 is shaping up to be a wild ride, and honestly, we wouldn't want it any other way. But I want to know what you all think. What's your take on Robert Garcia becoming Mr. Karate? Do you love this twist, or is it a step too far? And for all you KOF players, are you hyped for the chaos of the July balance patch? Or are you dreading having to relearn your main from square one? Which character are you hoping gets the most broken buffs? Let me know everything down in the comments. I'll be reading through and replying to as many as I can. If you liked this breakdown and want to keep up with all the madness in the fighting game world, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel Geek Ghost Gamer Top and be engaged. So, that's the news on the ever-changing landscape of SNK. Boy fam, this is huge, and EVO Japan truly bombarded us with the goodness. So, thanks for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games. I'll see you in the next one. AWEEE!